Hi, how are you? It is your nurse, Caroline Mwangi. It's another episode at Your Nurse Companion. And in today's show, we are going to talk about kidney health. And in the statistics that I have read is 1 in 10 people may have a form of kidney disease. And in Kenya right now, we are talking about a statistics of 4 million and an estimate of 4.8 by 2030. So I refuse to increase the numbers. So in the show, I have brought an incredible nurse who is going to teach us, equip us with all knowledge about kidney health. What is it? What are the kidneys? How do they function? How do I know I have an issue with my kidneys? And how do I prevent myself? Because it's all about health education. Prevention is better than cure. So on today's show, we have Rose, who is a founder of Figo na Afya Mashinani, an initiative dedicated to early detection and prevention of kidney disease. She is a pioneer of kidney health safaris, bringing a teams to renal, diabetes and hypertension clinic to educate and empower risk group. Rose is also an author of Renal Ready, a practical guide for health providers and students. Her passion and innovation in kidney health are truly inspiration. So kindly, let's appreciate our beautiful nurse as she talks about everything about kidney health. Karibu sana. Okay, karibu sana, Rose, at Your Nurse Companion, where we health educate, and we appreciate your initiative of educating people about kidney health. How do we prevent ourselves? And not just that, even going to Mashinani. Even right now, we are going to Mashinani to make sure one person, among tumesema statistic is 1 in 10, that one person can be prevented from kidney disease. So the floor is yours.
Thank you for having me, Carol, our health companion from the Oasis TV. We really appreciate the work that you're doing. We really appreciate the health education. It's a very high calling to give health education in a way that the public can be able to understand. So it's a privilege for us to share this information to the people so that they can understand it before it actually happens. Yes, because prevention is the way to go.
Right. Tell us about the initiative, when it started, and what's your goal?
Okay, so the initiative Figo na Afya Mashinani is a project that I started because I started my career 10 years ago, and during that time I realized that we had the same patients coming for dialysis, very old patients. But then when you got to 2016 and 2017, the trends changed, and we started having young people coming for dialysis, and that really caught my attention. And just hearing them asking, are you sure that I'm going to get well? Please tell me the truth. And deep down, I knew that to heal someone out of kidney disease, it's only unless they go for kidney transplant, which is another journey altogether and a costly journey altogether. So my answer would be yes, maybe by a miracle, but rarely would someone just come out of kidney failure when it's actually on end stage. So that's why I started my initiative, and I was working at Kangundo, in a health center at Kangundo. So within that community is where I started my initiative, just teaching people on how to keep a healthy lifestyle from the grassroots. So I trained a group of community health promoters, and together we did quite an amazing job organizing screening events, community education days, following up the patients who had kidney disease within our reach, and coordinating their care with the renal services, doing the referrals, and it was actually a very amazing journey. Now I've transitioned to Machakos level 5 because I'm looking forward to reach a group of many healthcare practitioners so that because the work ahead, I cannot be able to do it alone. I need many other healthcare workers to get into this vision so that we can run together. So I'm not doing dialysis yet. I'm doing preventive services at the hospital, just seeing around the departments how we can be able to pick kidney issues, maybe from maternity, from the newborn unit, from the maternal child health clinic, from the medical wards, all the departments, just empowering the nurses on how themselves can be hands-on when it comes to preventing kidney complications. Because once that patient hits the renal unit, it's actually a point of no return. So that's what I'm doing currently. And also, to help me move faster, I've written a book. It's called the Renal Ready book. And this book, it helps me to disseminate this information to nurses who are everywhere, because the book is in a soft copy mode where nurses can be able to read from anywhere and start getting to work. And besides that, we want also to move out of Machakos County with my team and give our impact in other counties. We want to come to different counties and reach this category of patients. One, we want to reach the renal patients themselves who are already on dialysis. We want them to be cancelled on how their nutritional goals on dialysis can come to the level at which they can be compliant and they are well conversant on their management. Also, we want to debrief them on their psychosocial support. We'll be having counselors on our team so that they can be able to address the concerns for the renal patients, because patients on dialysis often go into depression because this process is a continuous process. You can imagine being on dialysis for your entire life. Though we shall be discussing it as we tackle the disease itself. So also we're going to be tackling the patients who are on diabetes and hypertension clinic, because we want to teach them the diet that is specifically helping them not to get into kidney failure. So also we'll be looking at them. Then we'll also be looking at the pregnant mothers. I know, Carol, you're a midwife, so this one you're going to know more. So for the pregnant mothers, we want to empower them, and also the midwives who are handling them. The high blood pressure conditions in pregnancy have been so much on a rise. And when you get high blood pressure in pregnancy, your chances of getting into kidney complications, they are higher, as we shall be discussing when we get into the topic. So pregnant mothers are also the people we are targeting in our kidney health safaris. Then the other category of people is the well population. Those people who have no risk factors, those people who are just living their life maybe a little careless because no one maybe has been able to reach them and tell them, hey, that what you're doing might be harmful to your kidney in the long run. So we'll be going to the markets, to the towns, to the churches, and even to the mosques if we are welcome there. We will be going to all these places where people are gathering so that you can be able to reach masses and just disseminate that information. So that's about kidney health safaris, where now we are seeking out potential partners like the pharmaceuticals, the insurance companies, the banks, all these financial institutions that can be having a CSR on health. They can come and merge with us so that we can be able to give them visibility for their businesses, and also they can help us achieve our goal, which is to prevent kidney disease at all levels. So that is what I do alongside my duty as a nurse in the Machakos Level 5 newborn unit.
Wow, wow, that's a great job. And I want us to pause kindly. Send this link to someone. Everyone, we have told people who are at risk, Send it to your friend who doesn't feel that they can have an issue with their kidneys, because all of us are at risk, because most of us is ignorance. Maybe tukala kidogo kama kosa kukunywa maji. So just take a moment, send an invitation to someone, send this link, share it in your platforms, and then let us go back to our nurse. So Rose, kindly tell us all about kidney. Kwa mtu mwenye anajuanga tu kidney, tulisoma biology. Tell us how it functions in details to someone who is, umesema unataka kufika Mashinani. Now this is the platform for Mashinani. So you're going to talk to us, and then now there's a segment that you're going to talk to a health worker on how they can identify these things. The pregnant mom who is handling a little baby, even a mom who is at home with a young baby, someone who was just diagnosed with diabetes and high blood pressure, on how we can prevent. Just start with introduction. What is kidney? What do we call, what type of kidney disease are common? How to detect it early? So,
okay. So thank you. So sometimes people mistake kidneys even for lungs. So it is important to know that we are talking about that organ, those organ, one on each side, that is like a shape of a bean. This the shape of a bean. So that shape of a bean organ, most of the people say my kidneys are hurting, yet they are touching on this part of their waist, like they are holding their hands akimbo, and they're saying, "Oh, daktari, my kidneys are hurting me so much." So I'd like to demystify that, to say that first and foremost, that's not the correct location of the kidneys. Actually, the kidneys are located at the back. If you are to if you are to hold your ribs, now the back side of the rib, slightly just below the ribs, one on each side, that's where we have the kidneys. So for those who've been saying that their kidneys are hurting from this side, this front part, those are not kidneys. The kidneys are organs that are placed behind, on the side, or behind. So that's the correct position. Then we have two kidneys. But it is important for members of the health companion to know that many people, actually maybe 1 in every 1,000 people, we have people who are born with one kidney, and they will pass through this life and they will never know that indeed they were born with one kidney.
Not saying you have one kidney.
There are people who are born with one kidney and they will never know. They will just pass by life and they will never know.
Okay.
Yes, and there are times those people who have one kidney, at some point, maybe they're going for an ultrasound. Maybe you're a pregnant mom, you've gone for an ultrasound, and in the process of investigation, they realize, oh, you have one kidney. Yeah, or sometimes you had gone to donate a kidney to another person, and in the process of pre-examination, they realize that, oh, you actually have that one kidney. Go take care of that kidney, because it's the only kidney that you've got. Yeah, so this is to mean that you only require one kidney that is functioning at least 65% and above to survive.
Wow.
Or if both of your kidneys, their function has gone down, if it's below 65% and above combined effort, then we can say that you're now getting into certain degrees of kidney failure. But if you are 70% going up, with one kidney or with both, you're just good to go.
Wow.
And that's why we encourage people to know this, because when you're called upon as a relative to donate a kidney to your cousin or to your sister, don't say that, hey, so nimpe Figo moja, and then how am I supposed to survive with one? How now? So you just need one which is functioning very well, and that's why before you are allowed to share that one, you have to undergo very serious scrutiny to make sure that you don't give that one kidney today and then tomorrow your own kidney has failed and you're almost coming back to say, give me back my kidney. Okay, so you undergo a very serious check, just to make sure that that kidney that which will be left is going to work for you and work for you well. Now, talking about the works of the kidneys,
Mm-hmm.
So what does this kidney do for you? When I take you through what this kidney does for you, it is going to be easy for you to understand. So what if it decides not to work? What will happen?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also now, when you see those symptoms, that's when now you'll be prompted enough to want to prevent your kidneys not to get those bad symptoms that you're going to hear.
Mhm.
So get
Yeah.
ready. We are getting down on it.
We
So
are
We are
writing
writing
it
it
down.
down.
yes. So
Mm-hmm.
when we're talking about the functions of the kidneys, there are quite many, but most of the people, if you walk around your town, when you ask them what does the kidney do, they will only tell you what, Carol? What are
Inaosha
they?
damu.
Inaosha damu ama
Mm.
kukojoa, zinasaidia tunakojoa, simple.
Eh, eh.
Hata fadhali wewe unajua inaosha damu. Most of the people just say that zinatusaidia mambo ya mkojo, full stop.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, but there is much more beyond that. So
Yeah.
you're right that it indeed helps to sufficient. I like using three colors when I'm talking about the functions of the kidney. I can see here I have something that has some of the colors that I like using. We have a
Oh.
yellow, a blue, and a red. Okay.
Mm. Yeah.
So when you talk about the yellow,
Mm.
please use this as a symbol to mean like uchafu. Inaondoa
Mm.
uchafu, like it removes the waste from your body. It
Yeah.
removes the waste from your body. Then number two, it helps to clean up your system. That is to clean up the blood. Okay. And also now for number three, blue color is for water, right? So it helps to balance the water in your body. It helps to know which water is enough and which water it doesn't need. So we said the blue is for water, the red is for kusafisha damu, and now the yellow is for
Yeah.
removing the waste. Is about the waste. Now we can talk about some
Ah,
other extra functions. So like just the way people go for blood pressure checkup, and you find your blood pressure, you go for a checkup and you're told, oh, your blood pressure is as good as the baby's blood pressure. Ni nzuri kama ya katoto. So please always clap for your kidneys because it's the kidneys that help you have a good blood pressure.
hiyo ya katoto ni ngapi? Ni clap for myself.
Oh, na ulipimwa lini?
On Saturday.
Oh, that's good. So a BP of around 120, 120 over 80. That's like the normal average, but any BP may be above 90. And then this other one down there, the diastolic, if it's around 60, like 90 over 60 to something like 130 over 80, that's okay. That's the BP for a katoto now. The one like we say for a katoto, because we
All
tend to
right.
assume like babies systems always are good, you know. But
Mm.
anyway, on a light note, it's a range. You cannot say that 120, 80 is the BP, but it's a range. You can move from between this and this, you're good. If it's below 90 over 60, that's not good. It could mean that you're having dehydration, you're not taking enough water, or probably you're that person who have maybe heavy periods and you're always bleeding, or you have fibroids. You have a point where you are losing a lot of blood, so you need to be investigated for what is causing the very low BPs of 80s and over 50s. That's not a good BP. So that's the other function of our kidney, regulating our blood pressure. Then when you stretch your body, you can walk, you can run. That means that you have very strong bones. Your bones are in good health. So always thank your kidneys, because your kidneys is the one that is helping in strong bone formation. It's the one that knows which amount of calcium do we need, which amount of calcium don't we need. Okay, so it is all the function of the kidney to regulate that. Sawa sawa.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think we've highlighted quite several about the water, about the blood, about the waste removal, about the bones. Another important function I'd not like to miss out, is about the hemoglobin. When you do like this and like this, and you find that your tongue is pink, your nail beds are pink, this part of your eyes is a bit pink or reddish, always think the same organ, that is the kidney. Because whenever you see that you're whitish, or your doctor is talking about you have a low hemoglobin, ama like una damu ya kutosha kwa mwili, that just is something that is a concern among the patients whose kidneys are not working well, because that function will be lost. Sawa sawa. So already now we are getting into the signs and symptoms of kidney failure, because we've already talked about what does this kidney do for you. Okay, so I always like giving examples. I say, when it is very hot, when it is on a summer or on a hot season, you will not appreciate what your duvet does for you, or what your coat does for you, until
Yeah.
it's raining, or until it is cold. When it is cold, that's when you're going to run for your duvet or your coat. But when it's summer, you don't even care. You don't need it actually.
Mm.
So this is what happens when you have your kidney functioning very well. You're good to go. You don't even care. You always hear about screening of blood pressure. You think it's for the old people. You don't even care.
Yes.
You go
Don't
to
take the time.
you go to your favorite kibandaski. You put a lot of salt on your food even before you taste. On that,
Guilty.
there's something called a smoocher. I know they'll come running to me with stones, but please don't stone me. There's something that's called a smoocher. That chapati and some kachumbari and smoky. And then you see the KMTCs. I'm going to Toboa now.
Smoky pasua.
You'll find a lot of students putting on a lot of salt. I'm somewhere with the university somewhere. The young people, they're putting in a lot of salt. That's part of it's part of the ingredients, because people don't really care what their kidneys do for them until when these kidneys decide now we are on strike. Yes.
Tumegoma.
Tumegoma. And the strike for the kidneys is a bad strike, because getting them a return to work formula is not easy. It is not easy, and it is not cheap. You will have to put some options on the table, trying to say, please, we can negotiate, but it's gonna be, at times it's too late. Costly. So talking about the signs and symptoms of kidney disease, generally I can say, for someone who is diagnosed with kidney disease and they are on dialysis, most of them will tell you, hakuna dawa sijawahi tumia mimi kabla nifike hapa. I have seen it all. I've been treated for typhoid, for H pylori, for gastritis, me omeprazole nimezikunywa. I have also sijui taken what, malaria queen and all the whatevers, quinines and everything. If they're still there, like they take everything. And do you know why they take everything? It's because sometimes it is hard to diagnose kidney disease, and especially if the person who sees you first is not thinking in the line of kidney disease. They will just manage you, because Kenyans, you're very good at going to the chemist and getting our favorite. Actually, we tell the chemist person what we want. Me, I want diclofenac, ile ya 10 bob. Ile inakaa hivi na that is what I want, and they will faithfully give you what you want, and they will not ask you so many questions. So The reason why it is hard to get it early, it's because the signs and symptoms of kidney disease, they are from head to toe, and they can decide to this person we are going to come in this line of the stomach, the digestive
Mm,
system. That's where we are starting. Then
mm.
for another person they can say we are starting on the head, you know.
And that's still kidney disease.
Even if you're in the same office and both
Mm,
of you are having kidney issues coming your way, this one will be complaining of their headache. The other one will always be running to the toilet and taking omeprazole because of the stomach. Now, both of them, it's kidney disease that's calling their names slowly. But both of them will be just taking their favorite painkiller, their favorite whatever, just to reverse you, and you continue with your work. Is just what you're going to take and continue with your day. So, without further ado, let's get down to the system, to the issues of the signs and symptoms. So, the skin is the largest organ in the body. The skin covers you everywhere. So that skin is going to be affected by kidney disease. On the head, you will itch and itch and itch and itch. Yeah, so you can get that whitish, that white irritating itch. Yeah, we call it. We call. I was talking about urine. Urine. From the word urine, there is something called urea. You remember when I was demonstrating using the flowers, the
yeah.
yellow flower was about removal of waste. Removal of waste in form of urine. And the most biggest component about urine is something called urea. So that urea, when you get kidney disease, you have challenges in passing urine. You get your urine is becoming less and less, and at some point, kidney patients on dialysis, most of them they don't pass urine at all. You just go by life and you don't know the feeling of going and passing urine. You don't pass urine anymore because they said that the kidney they help you remove the urine, the waste in form of urine. So when your kidney fails, you don't pass urine anymore. And when that urea and those wastes that are not removed from your body, now you start having all those, you hear the phosphorus, those potassium, all those electrolytes, now they start becoming excess. Your body starts retaining more than what you need. The kidneys are the prefects. They say we need this amount, we don't need this amount. So when the kidneys fail, you start retaining what you actually do not need for your body. So what happens? You start having symptoms of that urea from head to toe. And that's why we were saying from the head, you're going to have that itch. And now on the skin is going to be very dry, very rough, and it might turn dark, darker than the way you were. If you're very brown, you start becoming darker. Or when you're dark, you become extremely dark and dark and dark. You start itching, and even if you use all the extra dams, all the clotrin creams, all the Carolite, everything, your skin is still not going to, there's gonna be an issue somewhere. You're going to use everything and it's still not going to come right. If at all your kidney symptoms are coming in that line, it's gonna disturb you completely. Now in the digestive system, you'll start having those my ulcers now will start coming because of the bleeding in that urea. It goes messing up everywhere. Even in the head, bado, you can start having some signs of confusion because of that high levels of urea. At the levels of the reproductive system, it is affected. The reproductive system is affected in that for the girls you start having irregular menstruation, and also kidney patients on dialysis, they don't even get their monthly periods. Most of them, they don't get their their monthly periods, and most of them, they cannot even conceive. And even if you can conceive, it is going to be a life and death situation to have you on dialysis twice per week and you're pregnant for 9 months. It is either you choose to be pregnant or to be on dialysis, because if you get on dialysis, you cannot come out of dialysis unless you get another kidney to work for you. So that means if kidney disease strikes, if I have 2 children now, my chances of getting another baby are this slim. And if it strikes and you've not had any baby, your chances are this minimal, because you'll have to walk the journey until you get a transplant. That's when now your hormones are going to be up, and now you can get a regular cycle and conceive and have your baby safely.
Wow.
Before then, it becomes a problem. Even the men who get kidney issues, their hormones are also affected. They start reporting of erectile dysfunction and all this testosterone just misbehaving and going down and going down, right? So you start getting fatigue. Fatigue is you just get tired easily, because we said that this blood formation, this hemoglobin we test and you're told your blood is okay. When it's not okay, you're getting something called anemia, and this anemia is low blood level, and that means that you're going to get tired easily. You walk a bit and then you start panting and panting and panting. So
Wow.
it becomes very serious and very hard to diagnose, unless now you're that. And also your blood pressure, if on Saturday your BP was okay, now with kidney issues, on the next and the next, now you start finding the BP is misbehaving. So that's the few I can be able to talk about the signs and symptoms. Basically, it's everywhere. Also, now you start getting swollen, because the kidneys are the ones regulating the kidneys are the ones that are regulating the water that you need and the water that you do not need. So what happens when the water that you don't need stays on you? You start becoming swollen. The face, the abdomen, even if you're a man, you start having an abdomen as if you're 9 months pregnant, yet you are a man.
Wow.
Even if you're a small boy, the water just is there. Your legs, the legs, they start getting swollen at the ankle. When you press, the it starts going in like this. When you press it, it pits. It pits, like when you press it goes.
Natengeneza kashimo.
Yeah, exactly. Simple.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you start getting.
Wow.
So you can imagine a man walking around with an abdomen that's swollen. And also ladies, they also get very big self-esteem issues, because some your neighbors will think that you're pregnant and they are wondering, Kwani, when are you going to deliver this baby? But it's not because you're pregnant, it's because you're having a lot of fluid accumulated in your abdomen, and it's just not going to come out in any way except through dialysis, now which we are going to talk about. So we were to talk about the types of kidney disease.
Before even we get to that, I hope our viewers got the details of the kidney affects everywhere, from your skin. You will start your skin, affects your digestive system, umeanza kupata a headache, and I can imagine huo mtu venye ameenda hospitali akiwa na complaints mingi, ataanza kwanza aende angaliwe na daktari wa ngozi, apewe cream, apewe extra dam, apake, aende mara afanye. I can imagine the process that it took to get there. And I want to still tell our viewers, if you have a person, maybe even you yourself, when is the last time you had your BP checkup? And do you take water regularly? Have you seen these signs but ignored them? Do you have anyone who has diabetes or hypertension? Kindly share this link with them. Let them inbox us. Let us talk about it. Nivyo wanaweza kuja aongee these things that I've been seeing. How do I get the right investigations and investigations done early? And I still want to remind us, I will send a link of the book, Rose Gitau. You're going to go read it in details. What are the early signs as a health provider? As much as I'm in the OPD and I've not specialized in the kidney health, how can I see these signs and detect them early? So kindly, we are going to pause. You go read, purchase the ebook, read it. If you want a hard copy, Pia, they can get it. And I know knowledge is power. We can prevent a lot of things by detecting it early, and that's why we are doing this. Hey viewers, I hope you have learned, because me I have learned many things about kidney health. Tukisikia about kidney health unaonanga tu ni kama ni part moja na iko ndani hautaiona, lakini tumeona it starts warranting you early. Itaanza from the skin. Unasikia dehydrated, unaanza tumeambia unasikia dandruffs kwa kichwa, and it goes to the digestive system. Unaanza kufura miguu, lakini msho ikifika umefura miguu ndivyo unaanza kuona na kuna kashida. Mtu akianza kufura uso, now you are sure there's a problem. Now people will get to hospital. But now stop ignoring those signs, early signs of like your skin having an issue, you are having unnecessary thirst, maybe unakunywa maji lakini unaona mkojo imekuwa kidogo. Before to get to severe kidney issues, let us kindly take the precautions that you have been given by nurse Rose and have a healthy kidney. There are things that are from this kondani hazionekani like the skin, but we have seen the first sign is going to give you is your skin is going to have an issue. Unaona umeanza kuwa mweusi, unaanza belly imeanza kukua kubwa na shanga what's happening. Kumbe the body is retaining water. So kindly go buy the Renal guidebook. If you are a health worker, if you are a nurse, if you are interested to know about kidney health, we are going to put a link. Kindly buy the book, and then you can still look for Nurse Rose in Facebook, Rose Gitau in Facebook, in Instagram, in TikTok, and LinkedIn, to those who are LinkedIn, and learn more about kidney health. But you're going to bring her on episode 2 to teach us more about kidney health. Karibu sana. Kindly share. And we are live on our YouTube. We are live on Facebook. We are live at Oasis of Love Moya TV and under the leadership of Bishop Carson Minor. Thank you for believing in us and making sure that people have a good lifestyle. So that's all for today. Karibu sana for the next episode. See you next Tuesday. Bye.